Hello guys, welcome to Hospitality 360 Africa. Today on Hospitality Interviews, we shall be talking to the General Manager of Lobic Meridian Hotel here in the capital city of Owerri. We are going to be talking to a fine gentleman who has managed this property to its present status. We are talking about Mr. Ikechukwu Uwa. Welcome, Mr. Ikechukwu, to H360 TV.
Thank you very much.
Yes, lovely place you have here. Yeah, I know. I've met you quite a lot of time before in the past, and here we are talking to each other.
Yeah.
Look, quickly tell us about yourself, Mr. Ikechukwu.
Okay. Thank you very much again.
Yes.
My name is Ikechukwu Uwa.
Okay.
I had my first degree at Uwa Ikechukwu College of Education.
Okay.
I had a degree in business education.
In business education.
Yeah.
Okay.
After which I proceeded to Imo State University.
Okay.
There I had my degree in English and literary studies.
Okay. Okay.
And presently I'm having my master's at Imo State University, History and International Relations.
Wonderful. Fantastic. Fantastic. And that's your education.
Yeah.
What's the story? What's the journey like today? The general manager of Lobic Meridian Hotel, and it didn't start today. This journey didn't start today.
At all.
It's a wealth of experience.
Yeah.
Please tell me, where did the journey start from?
Started quite a long time ago, over 15 years ago, counting. Actually, I didn't just become a general manager.
Absolutely.
I grew from grass, and by the grace of God, to bricks now.
Wow.
I started out as a front office manager.
Okay.
After which I graduated to a night duty manager.
Okay.
Then from there, after so much work.
Yeah.
After a performance evaluation on my work.
Yeah.
I was promoted to the general manager.
Whoa.
Aside from Lobic, I've also have experience with some other hotels.
You worked in other hotels?
Yes, I've worked in so many hotels.
So many hotels, okay.
I've worked with JK Hotels of Owerri.
Okay.
I also manage 4040 nightclub.
Oh, the 4040 nightclub here.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
I also manage there.
Okay.
I've written so many books.
You've written books?
Yeah, regarding hotel and hospitality industry.
Fantastic, fantastic,
Yes,
fantastic.
I've presented so many papers
Oh.
at different forums.
Okay, okay.
Regarding hospitality and tourism management.
Absolutely, absolutely fantastic.
Thank you very much.
And within this space of, I mean, 15 years. Within 15 years, you've risen from a front office staff to a general manager of a hotel.
Yes.
How many rooms hotel is the Lobic?
We have currently 65 functional rooms.
65 functional rooms. Wow. And these 55 functional rooms, what is the occupancy like on an average?
On an average, our occupancy is above 75%.
Well, above 75% occupancy.
Yes.
That is good.
Yeah.
That's good for the industry, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. And if I may ask, if I want to compare your experience here at Lobic with every other hotel you've worked, what will you say is the difference? What will you say where do you like the most?
I will say Lobic.
Okay.
For one particular reason.
Okay.
Lobic has afforded me the opportunity to explore my talent and my experience. And Lobic have been given, the free opportunity to explore and bring to bear my wealth of experience and expertise.
Okay. So that means the total management is within your capacity.
Yes.
And what is it like managing the property of 65 rooms hotel? What's it like? What's the challenge? What are the challenges there?
The challenges is enormous.
Okay.
And basically, I will also tell you that it's not peculiar to Lobic.
Okay.
The challenge of driving business in Imo State, in the southeast,
Yes.
in Nigeria has been very, very striking, and it's such a problem to us.
Look, Mr. Ikechukwu, I've heard this times and times again. The doing business in Imo State is challenging. I mean, I've heard this from virtually all general managers I've spoken to. Can you just tell me in your own words, what are these challenges you face?
Okay, one, we have the challenge of deficit in infrastructure. For businesses to thrive,
Yeah.
there must be functional infrastructure.
Functional infrastructures like
in terms of
roads,
in terms of electricity, in terms of the general overview
yes,
of the environment
of the state itself.
Yes.
Yes. You mentioned the infrastructure,
Yes.
roads, electricity, the security infrastructure.
Security infrastructure.
And are you facing the same challenges of taxations, double taxations here and there?
In the industry, it's been quite a long time that this industry has not been really explored
Okay.
to its potential.
Okay.
In the sense that, one, the government needs to come in and leverage on the investment of private sector. In this instance, what we mean is the infrastructure is there in terms of hotels.
Yes.
But the government can now come and provide the enabling environment.
Yes.
One, they have to address the issue of multiplicity of taxes.
Okay.
Multiplicity of taxes.
Okay.
Secondly, the issue of power. The issue of power is very key.
Okay.
Because what you find is at the end of our monthly report, power covers over 60% of our revenue.
Like seriously?
And this is a big and huge challenge.
Over 60%.
Over 60%.
That is a lot.
We want the government to, proffer a kind of subsidy. If they can subsidize power for us.
Look, how will the government subsidize power for the hotel industry? Is that sustainable?
It's sustainable. It's sustainable in the sense that, for instance, in a particular cluster,
Yes.
the government can come in and partner with the hotels around that cluster
Okay.
and have this agreement where a certain subsidy, a certain percentage of subsidy could be waived.
Is it in form of is it kind of a relief on taxes?
Yes, we are talking about tax incentivization.
Okay.
They have to incentivize taxes
Okay.
for us. They have to, reduce the cost of power per kilowatts.
But that's not in the hands of the state government, it's in the hands of the federal government.
That's what we're saying. That's the government we're talking about.
Okay, we're talking about the federal government.
Yes.
Okay.
For instance, what we use in a day, basically, if we run at full capacity, we'll consume over 60,000 naira worth of power.
Now,
on a daily basis.
Now, this power you're talking about, let's try and differentiate this power. We're looking at the power from two different angles. One, the metered energy payment, where
Yes.
you pay to the
Prepaid meter.
you pay to the AEDC.
Yes.
That's the electricity. You also have the other part where you run the generators with diesels.
Yes.
Now, is it the total that runs to about 60% of your revenue?
The total of it.
The total of it.
total of it.
So, would you rather not look at the cost of the diesel, that is, let there be lights at this present rate, but let the light be more regular? Like if you have lights 24 hours, for example, you don't need your generators anymore. You don't need to buy diesels anymore. So, but at the moment, the light is still epileptic, right?
Yeah, it is.
It's still epileptic.
Sure.
And that's a big challenge.
It's a challenge.
Yes.
So
And
what we want the government to do is, at the long run,
yes.
they should look at making the light more stable. But
Yeah.
at the short run, we want a situation where government can come in and partner
With
with hospitality outfits,
Okay.
where a certain percentage of discount
Yes.
will be given on prepaid payments.
On prepaid payments. Okay.
Yes, on
Yeah.
prepaid payments.
Okay.
This
okay.
will aid the businesses or the hotels to be able to meet up their demands.
Now, apart from energy, you also mentioned road infrastructures.
Yes.
Yes. Owerri seems to have just over the past 8 years of the past administration of Rochas Okorocha, there was quite a lot of expansion in the roads, but the roads are actually getting bad these days, still leading to very bad and poor commuting from one end to another. How does that affect your business?
It affects our business because the business we do has to do with the aesthetics of the state.
Yes.
The general aesthetics of the state. If the general overview or aesthetics of the state has a poor outlook, it has a way of affecting our turnover. So what we want to appeal to the government is they should prioritize the issue of road infrastructure. This will engender growth across the value chain.
Yes.
Across the value chain.
And the entire value chain.
That is it.
The hospitality industry inclusive.
Inclusive.
Yes.
So the issue of road is key. It's very key. Let the
Yes.
government channel every resources and ensure.
I mean, you're right. There's virtually nothing you can do with in tourism without people commuting from one point to another. So we need quite good infrastructures, road infrastructures, to be able to do that. And what about staff? How do you source for your employees? And the hospitality industry is known to have very high staff turnover.
Yeah.
Staffs come in and they go very easily. So you have to replace them every now and then. How difficult is it for you to get your staff, to keep them, and to maintain them?
The issue of staffing
Yes.
is one that every good administrator must know that is very important.
Yes.
For us in Lobic, we ensure that we take adequate care of our staff.
Yes.
In terms of prompt payment of salary,
Okay.
in terms of giving them incentives,
Yeah.
in terms of providing certain accommodations for certain level of staff.
Okay.
This will make them feel at home.
That helps a lot.
Yes.
But I mean, it still doesn't stop the those in the lower rank of that to just come and go.
Yeah, sure.
Because most of them are all passers-by.
Yeah.
Either they are students or they are actually looking for a temporary job, and they get it. For 1, 2, 3 months, they get the money they're looking for. Adios, amigo. They're gone.
Yes.
You understand? So you still have to replace them.
Yes.
Yes. And how do you source for these employees? And is it expensive to source for this sort of employees?
It's not quite expensive
For talents, I mean.
for talents, but what we can propose
Yes.
is, you see, the way the world is going,
Yes.
every sector is becoming professional.
Absolutely.
So what we want the government to also look at is a situation where we can have a special school for hospitality,
Yeah.
where we can produce tested professionals.
I think Imo State has such. The hospitality department of the Imo College of Advanced Professional Studies.
I don't think that is in existence now.
Oh, it's no more in existence.
It's not in existence.
That was quite a laudable project. Yes.
Such can be revitalized.
Yes.
Because they will be able to be supplying this pool of staff to
Yes.
various hotels.
Yes.
Because one of the factors militating against hotels and hospitality is quackery, staff quackery.
Yes.
Where you
Yes.
have quackery in
Yes.
staffing.
I understand what you mean.
So if we can have people that are trained,
Well trained.
that understand the latest trends
Yes.
in the business,
Yes.
it becomes a win-win situation.
Both for the hotels and the government.
Yes.
Wow. Wow. I understand you, Mr. K. But now, I know there are hospitality schools in Imo State. ICAPS, like you said, is no more existent.
Yeah.
I also know there are other ones like the Yvette School of Catering. We also have the hospitality department of the Imo State University. And I also think we have the catering department of the Imo State Polytechnic, Umagwo. They also have the catering department there. So these are some of the institutions that produce the talent you guys that fits the industry. Is this enough, or should there be more?
There should be more.
Okay.
There should be much more.
Yes.
It might interest you to know that the hospitality sector
Yes.
is the highest employer of labor in the state as it speak.
Well, you might be right there, arguably correct.
So, if we are the highest employers of labor, what it means is that we will be in demand of skilled
Workers. At all times.
at all times.
Yes.
So there is no amount or no number of workers or staff or students
Yes.
you could produce at any point
That-
that will be able to serve the needs of the hospitality outfits in the area.
Wait, that brings me to Owerri, the hotel industry in Owerri. People call Imo State, the Owerri, the capital city of Imo State, Alangwari,
Yes.
the land of enjoyment.
Yes.
So many hotels here. I don't know. We hear different stories. Some say it's 2,000 hotel rooms or hotels here. Some say it's 5,000. Some say it's 600. The figures I'm yet to have in my hands. I'm still talking to the authorities to get the exact number of hotels in Imo State. But there are quite a lot of hotels.
Yeah.
There's virtually every month or every 3 months I come into the state, there's a new hotel springing up.
Definitely.
What makes Owerri so thick? Why is everybody here? Why is everybody establishing hotels here in Imo State, in Owerri, to be precise?
Because of our strategic location.
The location of Imo State or Owerri.
Owerri is a gateway city.
Okay.
Owerri is a gateway city.
Okay.
You can access River State from Owerri.
Okay.
You can access Anambra State from Owerri.
That's correct.
You can access Abia State from Owerri.
That's correct.
And you can access Enugu State from Owerri.
Correct.
So we are just like a confluence state
In the middle of everybody.
in the middle of the states in the southeast.
So are you trying to say that many people travel from these states to Owerri?
Yes, it somehow because of their business
Yes.
or whatever they do or occasions or whatever,
Yes.
they must have to pass through the city.
Okay.
But that's what informed, the cluster of hotels we've seen.
Yes, yes, I can understand. I can understand that. And because I keep wondering, we have the likes of the top international brands here.
Yes.
The Ibis Royale is here. We have Rockview is here, which is a very big national brand. Rockview Hotel is here. You have the Concord Hotel. We also, there's so many hotels in Owerri. I keep wondering what drives the industry. Many will claim that Imo State hospitality industry is being powered by the girls in the hotel in the universities. There are so many universities here in Imo State. Now, some will argue with you that it is actually the girls that drive the hotel industry. Many are calling for a change in it, that the hospitality industry is a way of us selling our girls to visitors. There's so much of prostitution and so much of they call it runs girls these days. I mean, tell me, is that what drives the industry?
That's a very erroneous impression.
Okay.
And it should be corrected.
Tell me.
Owerri, as we know, please not forgetting that Owerri has existed for years. Even during the time of late Mbakwe. Owerri used to be the capital, and is still the capital of Imo State.
Yes.
So because of that, you could find that Owerri is a developed city.
Okay.
And like I said to you before, because of our strategic position and our strategic location, we are, we are at ease to receive guests from other states. The schools are there, yes, there is no doubt. But that's not the only reason why hotel business is thriving in Owerri.
That is not the only reason.
It's not the only
but
reason.
It's part of the reason.
Yeah, you could say it's part of it.
Because
but the major reason is because of our strategic location.
Because of the strategic location.
Yes.
Look, I will not take it away from the location. The Imo State is quite located at the heart of the southeast, and that's why it's called the Eastern Heartland.
Yes.
And also, I don't think you have been able to convince me that the girls in these universities that flock around these nightclubs, hotels, restaurants, and so does not contribute, towards driving this industry. Because I see. Look, have you been in the evening towards the Concord area? Just close to you here.
I have.
Just opposite your street here, just here on this road. There's so many hotels there.
Yeah.
And just by 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night, it becomes a whole new world of girls. They call it the Las Vegas of Nigeria for many reasons. The nightlife is crazy. What drives this nightlife? I think it's all women, except you can prove me wrong.
I don't think so. I don't think so. If you have done a study about the lifestyle of a typical Owerri person,
okay,
an Owerri person is one that does not really care about your skyscrapers.
Okay.
An Owerri person is one that wants to enjoy himself,
okay,
have his fun, and go to his house.
Okay.
So the notion that is because of the girls that hotels and nightclubs are thriving is one that I will not want to subscribe to.
Okay.
Because naturally, an Owerri person is someone that wants to enjoy his life.
Wants to enjoy himself.
Yes.
I would like to have fun.
And would like to have fun.
Okay, let's leave it at that. Now let me go back to the a key issue that interests me.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the key issue that interests me. Let's talk about the double taxation, the multiple taxation in the industry. This is a big bane, it's a big problem in society at the moment. Yes. What do you think can be done about it? To harmonize this tax
before
system?
Now, we have written to the authorities.
Okay.
Our proposal is hotels in Owerri. We are not anti-government.
Yes.
We are not saying that we will not pay taxes.
Yes.
Of which we must pay taxes.
Yes.
We must pay statutory taxes.
Absolutely.
What we ask the government to do is to synchronize all these revenue heads in one document.
Okay.
Synchronize all the revenue heads in one document. So that the hotels can know the appropriate authority to deal with.
And the right taxes to pay.
And the right taxes to pay. What you find is for one revenue, let's say Entraco for instance, you could have more than 6 other different groups.
Yes.
Barraging hotels, embarrassing our guests, barging in and out of the hotels. And we say that such scenario is not good for our business.
I can understand that.
So we want the government to bring all the revenue heads in one document.
Okay.
And serve it to the hotels.
And let the hotels pay.
And let the hotels pay.
I mean,
and it becomes a win-win situation.
And what's difficult in doing that? Why is that not being done?
We have written to the authorities.
Yes.
We hope they will do that in the next year.
Within the next year, to 2021.
Yes.
Now, I also want to ask a question, a deep one. Harmonizing these taxes, you said, will help. That means putting them into one. Entraco, the Environmental Transformation Company. Commission, right? That's Entraco, the Environmental Transformation Commission of the state, Imo State. It's enshrined with the responsibility for waste management and the environment management, right?
Yeah.
But of recent, there seems to be another body called the Waste Management Body, which is another arm of the state.
Yes.
Now, what's the difference between both of them, and how do you guys tend to manage it?
This has become and has always been the confusion.
Yes.
Governance is for the people. And what we ask the government to do is to carry us along.
Yes.
In policy making.
Yes.
The issue of Entraco and waste management is one that we are still confused on who to deal with. Because on one hand, Entraco will tell you that they have the mandate to do this, that, and that. On another hand, you will see waste management coming to tell you, as long as it's about this, it's about that, that they are the ones in charge.
Yes.
There is this clash of confusion
Within the government agencies themselves.
in the government circle.
Yes.
Certain responsibilities are not properly stipulated.
Mm.
So we want the government to itemize who and who is to do certain things regarding levies and what have you.
Taxes, duties, and,
Yes.
and so on. Yes, yes. And just of recent, we've seen quite a lot of hotels. Just of recent, the government just announced the lockdown of restaurants, nightclubs, bars again amidst COVID-19.
Yes.
Fears with the second wave looming here and there. The government just announced it. What a sad news for the industry.
It is such a sadness because
Yes.
we are still trying to recuperate
Yes.
from the previous lockdown.
Yes.
We have about 3 or 4 months back.
Yes.
And before you know it, we got the news about 2 or 3 days.
Mm.
For us, there is nothing that is worth dying for in terms of coronavirus and all that.
Yes.
But our argument is, in making policies, let there be a cross view of, pros and cons.
Mm.
Let them carry us along to know where we can come in. Because now, for instance, in restaurants, you could have people that have scheduled an event in your place,
Yes.
only for you to come back and now tell them that the government said that such will not take place.
Such
again.
cannot happen anymore.
So these are things we want, that engagement. There
Mm.
should be that engagement. There should be that discussion.
But luckily, the hotels are not infected because they are not. They are. I mean, the hotels are still open, and their restaurants are still allowed to service guests within the hotels.
Yeah,
That is quite a different thing
Still
entirely.
observing the protocols of
Yeah,
COVID-19.
of COVID-19 and so on. And within your own experience, do you think that is going to how do you think that is going to last for long? How long do you think that the people can sustain, the industry can sustain this?
For me, I think that the government should, try out other initiatives, because it's as if this lockdown is not working.
Yeah. Okay.
It's as if it's not working. If there are other ways the government can address this matter,
Okay.
let them go ahead and explore such options.
Mm.
Because the effect of the previous lockdown is somewhat, when you look at it logically, it was what gave birth to the NSAS problem.
Mm.
Because when people are discontented, when people are agitated,
Yes.
there's no money, there's nothing, you see them go to the streets.
Mm.
So the issue of lockdown, for me, I feel that is not what the government should consider at this material time.
Yes.
They should look at other initiatives that
Yeah.
could be deployed to address this issue of coronavirus.
Lobic. Any plans for expansion beyond Owerri?
Yeah, we are in discussion
Okay.
towards that effect. Before now, we also have Lobic in Abuja.
Yes.
Yes, we have Lobic in Abuja.
Yes.
And in Owerri, it's not only here, we have another Lobic guest house around Amakoya.
Okay.
Yes.
There's another
And,
Lobic in Amako here,
in Amoka, yes.
and there was the Lobic in Abuja.
Abuja.
Is the Abuja still in existence?
It's in existence.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
And by next year, we are looking at expanding towards Port Harcourt.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful. And let me quickly dash into our campaign. The Say No to Dirty Kitchen campaign.
Yes.
Like you know, this is a campaign where we intend to raise the consciousness of everybody in the industry, all stakeholders, be you a restaurateur, be you a chef, a hotel manager, a catering manager, a mama put. As long as you produce food for the
Yeah.
public, you owe the public the responsibility to produce those food in clean and hygienic environments. What do you think is the biggest challenge in our kitchens today?
I have mentioned the issue of quackery.
Okay.
I think the industry needs to bring in disciplinary measures
Yes.
to some operators that engage in quackery. Quackery in employment of staff that are not competent, quackery in making sure that the environments of the kitchen is not kept, because kitchen is very key in hospitality business.
Absolutely.
The kitchen can make or mar the business. The world needs more of, healthier foods.
Healthier form of eating, hygienic food, food produced in clean environments.
Yes.
I mean, we're not asking for too much. Everybody needs that.
Such campaign must be encouraged.
Yes.
It has to be encouraged.
Yes.
And I will, endorse it.
Oh, fantastic. Now let's have you endorse it for us.
Okay, my name is Uwa Ikechukwu George, the General Manager, Lobic Meridian Hotels. I endorse Say No to Dirty Kitchen campaign.
Okay, Mr. Uwa Ikechukwu George, General Manager here at Lobic Meridian Hotel, Owerri. It's been fantastic talking to you. A pleasure, being your guest here at this lovely property. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so
And we look forward to being with you again. I remain your host, Mr. Hurricane.